Hello, welcome to ASOL, All Sorts of Learning. My name is Sarah. I'm so excited that you're here and I'm stoked to tell you about my first week in Spain. Now, I'm here as a language auxiliary, which means I don't have my own classroom. I will actually take kids out of their English classes and I will help practice speaking with them. Now, you should know with everything I'm about to say, experiences will vary. Okay, so it might be one way for me and it could be totally different for you. I am here with a program called Meddeas, and basically they told us to be flexible. Because one school might ask you to be a one-on-one tutor and one school might ask you to be a one-on like a small group tutor, the type of school you're at. Like I'm at a private Catholic school and it's an all boys Catholic school. And so it just like all experiences will vary, but I'd love to share with you a little bit about mine. Okay, I have some notes so that I can try to remember everything and not go super off track. Okay, just to, as like a disclaimer, my Spanish speaking ability was very, very minimal. I took it in high school, so I know like some vocabulary, but I didn't speak it day to day or anything like that. So I am pretty much as basically minimal as you can get. And I say we because I'm married, and so I brought my husband. So everyone else in my program in Meddeas is single or not, maybe just not married, and so they all came alone. So my experience again will vary differently from many other people. One thing Meddeas did really well was managing our expectations with the schools, and just Spanish culture can be a lot more laid back than I think the United States, where I'm from, where everything is on time with a contract, due dates, and those things still matter, but there's more of a cultural difference where like I don't have my timetable. I might not get that till next week, and so I just need to be flexible and do whatever they give me that day. So if you're gonna come teach in another country, not that you have to be this way, but it helps if you are a flexible person and you can kind of go with the flow. And really that just means facing every problem as it comes and like taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, but still being able to forecast for the future. My induction meeting with Meddeas was last week in Barcelona. So we stayed with a family that we had contact with there, and then we made our way to Bilbao. And while we were looking for an apartment, we actually stayed at the Bilbao Metropolitan Hostel. Really great people, really great place. It's safe, it's clean. So if you're staying in Bilbao, I definitely suggest doing the Bilbao Metropolitan Hostel. We actually found a apartment on Idealista, and I messaged the realtor, or I messaged the owner in Spanish and by using Google Translate, and then he got back to us and we kind of talked back and forth for a little bit, and then we came and saw the apartment, and we actually got the keys that day and put a little down payment down, and voila, we're living in here. It's kind of messy because we're still in that like new move-in process. Speaking of moving in, be prepared for startup costs. We have a furnished apartment, so it came with like 2 dressers and a bed and some nightstands, but you're still gonna have things like bed sheets if you want. Like ours came with bed sheets, but I prefer new bed sheets, and so that's a startup cost. Or pillows, things, just small things that you don't realize, like hangers or soap and towels, and just you don't know. So have, I think, about $300 to $400 ready for your startup costs. And if you don't use all of it, perfecto. But if you need it, you have that to fall back on. With my program Meddeas, you are also able to do a host home, but because I'm married, I wasn't able to do that. So we are independent living, and so we actually really enjoy it. We have 2 Spanish speaking roommates. They're awesome. And of course, it's gonna help us learn the language better. So I suggest either doing a host family because they'll speak Spanish with you, or doing independent living and finding Spanish roommates. It's difficult. It's so difficult. And really, I just feel like ours was kind of lucky, but we talked to like 20 or 30 apartments before we got a hit back. So apply, and then see what happens. What's next on the notes? So my first day of school was great. I went to the office and always overdress for the first day, just overdress. My school, again, it's a private Catholic school, so I assumed it would be modest and I assumed that it would be very professional. You should always assume those things. Overdress, be over professional, be over modest. So I showed up, and with my very broken Spanish, I said, hey, I'm here to see my boss. And you say hello to everyone. Just get in, hello, 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 hello. Even if you don't speak the language, hola, 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 hola. Also, I almost said aloha, because I was like practicing it in my head. I almost went like aloha. No, hola. Okay. Then I met Eunice. Eunice is from Australia, but she's been in Spain for 18 years, so she's very bilingual. Eunice was amazing, and she basically gave me the rundown of the school, what's expected of the students and the staff, and she even helped me pull 2 students out, and we basically did what I'll be doing every day, which is I will be taking 2 kids out at a time, and I'm going to use my timetable, because in Spain, or at least in this school, the kids don't switch classrooms, the teachers do. And so the kids will stay in one classroom all day, and the teachers will be the ones that move around. So then it's very easy for me to know which class certain students are in. So I look at my timetable, and then I start pulling them out. Something that I've learned from moving to a country where I speak little to none of the language is, 1, immerse yourself. That's why I wanted to move to another country to learn Spanish, was to immerse myself. So I try to put myself in different situations every day where I'm gonna learn a few new words. And with that, I look silly all the time. And people have been so generous or so giving, and oh yeah, let's figure this out. Also, Duolingo, start doing it now. If you know you're moving abroad, just start doing it now, because it's so much repetition, and it helps build it into your brain. Okay, let me check my list. What's next? So that's it in my brain for right now. It's currently Saturday. Nathan and I are going to go to a Red Bull high diving thing off a bridge in Bilbao somewhere. We saw a sign, we're gonna go, again, putting ourselves out there. And so I will talk to you on Monday after my first full week of school.